Girls of Reddit, what is something guys shouldn't feel insecure about? It's okay to not be the smartest person in the room. Admitting you don't understand a thing does not make you look weak. Blustering your way through makes you seem like an arrogant ass. Some friends of mine are really insecure about not being able to grow a beard. TBH, it doesn't really matter. They're bum. Wish you said this 3 months ago. Now what am I supposed to do with this bubble butt? Let me chew on it. Many guys came into this thread looking for someone saying dick size. And I still don't believe them. It's true what they say, then, I guess, the dick size thing isn't about what women think but rather about what other men think. Frown. That's like girls being insecure about boob size, and just as pointless. My husband married good old flat-chested me when I looked like a boy. Now that I'm old and have had a couple kids, Hess happy with the bigger boobs, but he was just as happy before. When my boobs were smaller, they were actually way more sensitive. I think my husband enjoyed sending me into orbit with just the slightest amount of boob play. Tittygasms are a beautiful thing. Yo, that's a thing? WTF. May not apply to all women, but my wife enjoys her titty play quite a bit. Don't feel insecure about liking girly things. Order that fruity drink, watch that rom-com, and sing in the shower. A lot less people care than you might realize. The flip side of the comments about not being able to grow a beard, guys shouldn't feel insecure about being hairy. I love a hairy chest, and don't find a hairy back or shoulders to be a problem. Like most things listed here, yeah, you'll find women who won't like it, but if they are willing to write you off for something physical that is out of your control, they probably aren't the person for you. I will say, regardless of anything else, hygiene is important. If you're hairy, you might sweat more depending on the climate and how warm you run, but if you shower regularly and keep everything clean, it's all good. Edit, yes, this includes hairy butts, backs, legs, shoulders, etc. I think the only thing I might ask someone to trim would be crazy nose hair, though that could be disguised by a mustache. Like most things listed here, yeah, you'll find women who won't like it, but if they are willing to write you off for something physical that is out of your control, they probably aren't the person for you. This is very, very important. If you shower regularly and keep everything clean, it's all good. Also relevant for people in general. I'm getting loads of good tips from this whole post. Showering. Who knew, right? I'm about to blow your mind. Shower daily. Get out of here with that dark magic. 'Cause it's witchcraft. Appearing feminine over stupid things, like thinking a puppy is cute, wearing pink, or being generally friendly and smiley. Women like that shit and get annoyed and exhausted by men who take masculinity too far. I didn't realize some people think that thinking a puppy is cute was feminine. No regrets, lol. I want to hug and pet all the puppies I can. I do baby talk with the puppies even though I don't want kids, lol. What kind of douchebag doesn't like puppies? Hell, I've known manly men who were allergic to dogs that would suffer the itch just for puppies. A good example is actually happening right now. I'm at a pool party. Two very nice overweight guys are in the pool, but they are both wearing t-shirts to cover their guts and just standing around. Then there is a third heavyset guy who easily has an extra 40 pounds on the other two guys. He is shirtless, having the time of his life, playing with a band in the pool basketball game and cracking jokes. He is way more attractive to the girls because he isn't ashamed of his body and exudes confidence. Should all three lose weight? Sure, most of us should, but don't stop having fun because you are ashamed of yourself. Live your life and have fun. This is very attractive to all people. Just my opinion. I'm a middle-aged woman and I think I have a bit of wisdom about things like this. I've seen some shit, huh? As a guy who was always the fat kid in school, take it from me, it's more than likely not the guts they're trying to cover with the t-shirts, it's the man boobs. Being stuck with that shit is mortifyingly humiliating, and unfortunately it's one of those things that no amount of it's not that bad, it doesn't make you hideous, pep talking is likely to help with. My son is overweight and has that issue. A couple of summers ago, he finally said screw it, took off his t-shirt, and got in the pool. About half an hour later, a little girl, maybe about 4 years old, asked her mom why that boy has boobies. I hoped against all hope that he didn't hear her, but he did. It broke my heart. Since then, T-shirt in the pool, and even a hoodie when it's hot sometimes. Here in Michigan, where it's getting very hot and humid right now, and I won't leave the house without a hoodie on because I'm so insecure about my man boobs. Singing. I love when I'm at a chill pizza joint and the cooks in the kitchen are singing. Doesn't even matter if they're not great singers. I love when people are happy enough to sing. Crying. It can be so difficult to do. I didn't cry for probably 10 years, due to getting told my entire life men don't cry, suck it up princess by every other man in my life. After 2 years of allowing myself to feel, the one thing that broke my crying dry streak was my cat dying. That was the only thing in 10 years that managed to move me to tears. Thankfully I'm getting better. Edit, I'd like to thank everyone who replied with their own stories and pasts. It really shows me that I'm not the only one who feels this way, went through this. I didn't reply to most of you, there were a lot of you, but I read all your posts and want to say this: it took medication and years for me to be at this point. I encourage those of you still suffering to look into getting help for your anxieties and depression, because I'm seeing a lot of that in the replies, and likewise I suffer both. Medication is the greatest thing I've ever done and has been the catalyst for me being able to progress this far. Thank you all for your replies and good luck in your own stories. They should stop feeling insecure about showing emotion, especially in a relationship. I know a lot of guys grew up being told that showing emotion was girly, but honestly, when a guy is open about how he is feeling and doesn't suppress it, it makes everyone feel more secure. When the girl feels like she's the only one who has real feelings in the relationship, then it's hard to trust the guy, and the guy often feels misunderstood as he isn't conveying what he wants to. Guys, please know it's okay to be emotional. You deserve to be honest with the people around you, and it makes relationships so much better for everyone involved. This is so true. My husband and I have been together for 7 years. Growing up, he was always told to grow a pair anytime he tried talking about his feelings, or showed any negative emotion that wasn't anger. When he and I first started dating, it almost ruined our relationship, but thankfully after moving out on his own he realized that it was a toxic behavior and has made incredible improvements. I've still only ever seen him cry maybe 5 times ever, 2 being when our children were born, but Hess much better about communicating when Hess sad or stressed, rather than holding in his feelings until he blows up. Being too skinny. As a formerly skinny dude, unless you have reasonable eating habits, it won't last. Word of warning, guys in your teens, early 20s who are insecure about being skinny: if you can eat a ton and never gain weight, chances are you won't always be skinny. Then you'll have the opposite problem. Yeah, this: take care of yourself. Don't eat crap, drink too much, because whatever genetics has bestowed on you, it can be a lot worse. Balding. So many guys try to hide it or even get plugs or constantly wear hats. Just keep the sides cut close, buzzed or shaved, and most women will actually think it's attractive. A friend of mine shows signs of balding already. He seems pretty confident about it, saying at one point he is just going to shave it all. Honestly, his confidence is attractive. No matter what the hair looks like, confidence makes all the difference. I'm 24 and started shaving it recently because it was getting so bad I hardly had a choice. 0 regrets. Before I pulled the trigger though, I actively tried to joke about my balding openly in order to cut away any awkwardness. If you own something, people can't make fun of you for it. That wasn't even a concern for me. I was more frustrated that people felt the need to tiptoe around it and damn near lie to me about it in order to avoid an awkward conversation. But towards the end of that awkward phase, and especially now after shaving it for a while, my confidence has been reaching all-time highs. I ran into an old boyfriend about 10 years after we broke up. I said, "Jesus, I won't mention you're bald if you ignore I got fat." He said, "I'm gonna shave my head and look like Bruce Willis, fatty." It was funny. I'd give it's true or not, but I've heard a lot of guys are insecure, care a lot about their hair. One of my guy friends once told me that he spends a good 15 minutes in the morning styling it so it looks okay. Honestly, I don't really notice a guy's hair unless it's drastically different from everyone else, i.e. like buzz cut, super long, or just some wild hair.